Hi, I'm Jackie. 2 days ago, I actually could not get out of bed. Pete had to help me get out of bed. I've torn a disc with a slight bulge in my lower lumbar, which is really common. These things happen, and I was in so much pain I could not roll over. Only 2 days ago, I could not get out of bed. I couldn't put my pants on by myself. I was in severe pain. So I had a disc tear 7 days ago, and I'd done the right thing, but then I'd gone back to my normal activities too quickly after the third day. I'd done too much too soon, sitting and working, and then I had aggravated my disc tear to be a slight bulge, and so I'd got a setback. So 2 days ago, I was actually, debilitated, back to day worse than day one, and I got onto the bit heavier drugs. So I was on the anti-inflammatories and the Panadol, but I also took some opiate, tapentadol, and some Lyrica, which helps you to sleep. And that really got me relaxed on that day. And then I felt a bit better yesterday, and I felt like inflammation had gone down. So today I've started to speed up the healing with the exercises that are well documented, researched by top spinal experts, which really do help. So, and I feel so much better, unbelievable. I feel like almost back to normal. When 2 days ago I couldn't walk. These exercises I'm going to take you through, which are unbelievably good. If you want to shift your pain more quickly and you're not in the first 2 days of your injury, then do these exercises, not in the first few days, only when you're ready. And there's 3 lots. So in this video, the first lot actually is when you're in real pain, when you're lying in bed, and what you should do in the morning as well. So the bed exercises. But then you can progress to the standing exercises. The next section of this video is the standing exercises. And when you're a bit better again, progress to the floor. So I know getting down and up off the floor, you might not be ready for that yet. So you'll progress to that, maybe in one day, but maybe over a few days. I promise you, do the work on your body, facilitate or speed up your healing, and feel better more quickly. I hope it works for you. Thanks. Hi. I know it's really painful to move when you have a disc bulging and your muscles are all spasming. So we have to obviously get out of bed and be in bed. And how would you position yourself to rest? Lying on your side, there'll be one side which is uncomfortable. So probably the sore side up will be the better side to lie on, and see how I've got the pillow in between my knees just to keep my pelvis more neutral. And then I find it hard to know where to put this arm. So you have to, I try to use this arm to lift, and I brace my core a bit to lift and try to, I have that right arm either behind me or sometimes under my waist, my right waist. So try to get as comfortable as you can and fiddle around to find where the disc is the most happy, where there's the least pain or no pain. And then a little bit of lying on your back, because you'll get a bit achy lying on your side all night. So slowly. And this is what I want you to do in the morning before you get up. I want you to do some exercises in bed to just release the muscles a bit before you transition to standing and possibly sitting on the toilet. So trying to straighten out if you can. And I also try to slide the pillow So my neck is more neutral. So some of you, your pillow might be perfect to have a neutral neck. And then I'm trying to pick up one foot and reach it away. Pick up the other foot and reach it away. And then spread the fingers and toes and just get blood flowing. Now I'm going to start to do really gentle pelvic tilts. So pushing the pubic bone up towards the breastbone, and then sort of pushing the pubic bone towards your toes, but just touching the pain, not actually going into the pain at all. Just lightly touch the edge of the pain, and over time you'll gradually be able to increase your range of movement. But the worst thing is just not moving at all. So you want to stimulate blood flow after, the first few days of rest and anti-inflammatories and drugs, good drugs. Then you can start gently moving, and then you can progress to reaching one arm or elbows up, and then maybe one arm up. If you can shuffle forward, but that might be too hard. If you're really sore, it'll be hard to shuffle forward. So you might just stay with reaching one elbow, and you can reach so the right elbow and the right foot reaching away, and the left elbow and the left foot. And then just a little bit of feet from side to side. And you can do a little bit of shoulders turning in and out as well, stimulating blood flow. And then if you can, hug one knee in. If it's too painful, just slide the foot to where you can. So it might be just that much hip flexion, but then bit by bit you will get a bit more flexion to the hips, so you can put on your pants by yourself. Because 2 days ago, I couldn't actually. Pete had to help me get out of bed and put on my pants as well, and I actually had to wee standing up in the shower because I couldn't sit down. And this is 2 days later, and I've just starting to do no lifting, just gentle movements before I get out of bed. So you can try this too. And then if you have sciatic pain, try to do this one, because that can, if you have pain down your outer hip and thigh, this really helps, this stretch. So it'll be on one side, but that really can let that go. And then this is what I found the most helpful of all, the deep breathing with a little bit of Wim Hof breathing. So I'll do a little bit of that with me. So you start off with deep, slow breathing into your belly, and it might be painful because you're releasing from the inside out. So if the disc is painful, just breathe as much as you can, as deeply as you can. So touching the pain. And a sigh like that. Exhale, sigh, let go. And then inhale as deeply as you can. And a you can go a bit slower, a bit faster, but it's deeper than your normal breathing. A bit faster. It's so helpful. This is what's released my back the most, this breathing, more than the movements. It's really getting lymph flow, blood flow. And when you hyperventilate a little bit faster, a bit deeper, you actually become a bit alkaline. So your carbon dioxide goes down and you make your body more alkaline, and it switches off temporarily pain receptors, so you feel less pain. Getting a bit of adrenaline going. some natural anti-inflammatories actually. 10 more. It really works. Bit faster. 3 more. In, out. Hold your breath out now. Stay relaxed and hold your breath out for as long as you can, which will be a lot longer than normal because you've got your carbon dioxide right down. And so it's got to take a while for it to come back up. And when it comes up higher, when it gets too high, when you're holding your breath, your carbon dioxide comes up higher and your body will tell you have to breathe now because the body doesn't want too high levels of carbon dioxide. But you take this to the edge, and when you get to that edge where you've got the higher carbon dioxide than normal, what happens, it's called intermittent hypoxia. The blood vessels dilate and you get more blood flow to your brain, your skin, your trillions of cells, your bones. And temporarily it's good for you to stimulate that blood flow deeper into your cells and tissues. And when you reach your edge, when you can't hold your breath anymore, you take a deep breath in and you hold it for 10 seconds. Squeeze your pelvic floor, whenever that is. So when you need to breathe in, fully in, squeeze out your pelvic floor, hold, try to keep your neck relaxed and your face. And you might do a few more rounds of that Wim Hof method breathing because it really, really, really helps with your back pain. I promise you, it's amazing. But if you can't breathe in deeply, as I've said, you just go to the edge and you just lie there and I try to put your awareness on your disc, on your spasming area, and just breathe in and try to consciously relax and heal. And some people like to visualize colour, red, warm colour, or white light, healing, and just try to relax through your whole system because sometimes you're a bit in fight or flight or fear of, oh no, I can't do this, oh no, I can't do that, oh no, if this is going to be forever, like that person I know whose disc pain has debilitated their whole life. Oh no, keep everything calm. You can't heal when you're in stress and fight or flight, stress response. You can only heal when you really calm down. So that's why you need drugs sometimes when you're really in pain, because that's going to help you, everything to relax. So don't be scared of drugs in the first few days at least, or even a week or two. So to come out, I try to brace my core. And roll slowly to the side. Use your arms a bit, slowly transitioning to sitting and pausing. So if you're really sore, just do this really slowly. And then transition to put your feet down, pause. And then stand up, see how you are. And then we're going to do the gentle standing exercises now, if you're ready for them. Usually I drag that chair out. I push it over to the side when I make my YouTube, but at the moment with a disc injury, I'm not lifting, I'm not dragging, I'm not pushing, and I'm not sitting, I'm not driving for a few more days because driving will aggravate. I know sitting too much will aggravate the disc bulge and you'll get a setback. So you want to keep the healing happening and get back to your normal activities as soon as possible and not have setbacks. So you do really need to stop everything and slow down for the first at least 3 days. So standing exercises when you're ready, just finding your neutral spine is where you want to, that's the most important thing. So your neutral spine is where your pelvis, it's not like that. It's not like that, but at the moment I can't do much more than that, but you might only do 1 centimetre pelvic tilt. I'm doing, 4, but usually I can do full bend backs and stretch forward and put my hands, I'm a yoga teacher, but my mobility at the moment is about that much and that much, but usually you can do a full bend back. So you just go to your own edge and you find your neutral. So somewhere in the centre, and just basically where your discs is the most happy, your muscles feel. You might find a totally pain-free spot, or at least go to the least pain-free spot. Equal weight in your feet, and don't have your rib cage sticking out. So squeeze your lower ribs in to soften your lower back and your middle back, and just adjust your pelvic tilt, as I said, and your weight in your feet and your heavy head in the right place. And to prevent back pain, you want to find your neutral spine most of the time, but when you have back pain, it's even more important. But you should live your life with more awareness in your spine to prevent injuries. So that's the first one. But then we can start gently stimulating blood flow. Heels up, bend the knees a little bit, heels up. Okay, that's a good one to do throughout the day, just to stimulate blood flow. You can do gentle hip flexion, one knee up, just for your edge. You might just lift it up that much. You might come up a bit higher. Work on gentle hip flexion. Okay, good. And then work on gentle, reach one arm up. And it might be painful to reach both arms up. So you might just do halfway. Might be painful on one side. I've built up to this actually. So first thing in the morning, I couldn't do as much. Your discs are a bit thicker. So if you've got it in the morning, they've got bigger overnight. So if you've got a bulge, it'll be pushing out a bit more. So you're a bit more tender in the morning. And then when your discs get a little bit thinner throughout the day, you might have less pain, or maybe you have more pain. But yeah, everybody's different. I like to just move a little bit like this, just rubbing in, and just little, side to side, little pelvic tilts, little just rubbing. I've got some nice Medi rub, nice cream eucalyptus and arnica, which is really nice. I've had ice packs, but now I'm into heat packs. So I don't want to do ice right now, but definitely the first few days, ice as much as you can. Okay, and just moving, just walking around. I really like this. Just heel in. Pulling my arms back tends to aggravate, so I'm just keeping my arms more down beside me, not doing any pulling back, and twisting like that, it seems to aggravate. So I'm not doing twisting right now, but I do want to build up to that. I do want to build up to full rotations, back to my full range, but I'm going to take my time with that. But try to make a small start with rotation like I am here. But that's all I'm going to do. Don't want to stir anything up too much because I can feel the disc is still really unhappy and twingy. But these movements have been, this morning, have helped so much. That's why I'm doing them all again, because it speeds up your healing. So you can just really speed up the healing process. And now I'm going to show you some down on the floor, if you can get down on the floor, some really good movements you can do on the floor. If you can't get down on the floor without too much pain, don't worry about this yet. Otherwise, slowly come down and see if you can get to your all fours. If there's too much pain there, then just don't worry about it just yet. Just stick with the lying ones and the standing ones. But if you're ready, and if it's just touching the pain, it's okay. But it's right into the pain, your body's not ready. But I'm just doing a little bit of tiny micro movements, touching the pain gently, wriggling my hips from side to side, just moving my tailbone around, micro movements, squeezing the belly a bit. I'm not doing anything dramatic, trying to sit back a bit, get a little gentle stretch in the lower back. And it's quite happy to do that. The back is so stiff, but I'm not holding any stretches, just gently moving, gently touching the pain, maybe going a little bit one way, a little bit the other way, a slight side stretch with flexion, a little bit of extension. And if you keep working on these movements gently, you will start to get your mobility back more quickly, and back to your everyday life more quickly. So I'm sure that's what you want. So if you want to speed it up, don't totally do nothing. Okay, but avoid, as I've said, that's the sitting and the lifting. It's going to go onto one side now. So I've got my painful side up. Slowly in your transitions. And now, if there's not too much pain, if you can do this, see I've got my left knee, I'm bending it in. And I'm gently extending that hip, squeezing the glute. Trying to get that abductors engaging, because this can release your back a little bit. Bending the knee in. You might press pause, and if it feels good, do a bit more of this. This can really release the lower back, but it can aggravate if you do too much too soon. So you need to make that decision for yourself. Okay, I think that will do. And then I'm going to lie onto my belly slowly, slowly, slowly. And you might have pillows, if you're really, really sore, pillows under your belly, and that will make it a bit easier. I've actually built up to lying right on my belly, so I don't need the pillows anymore. So yesterday I did a bit of this a bit more gently. I'm ready to lie on my belly like this. Make a pillow with your hands and just try to relax into it, lying on your belly, because this can be really helpful to reabsorb your disc, which might be torn or bulging out a bit, and pushing on nerves and creating a lot of pain and spasm. So you want to get the healing process, the disc coming back into its happy state, and everything happy, especially the muscles spasming, relaxing. Okay, but when you're ready, you can start, maybe just lift your head up. I'm trying to posterior tilt, it makes it easier. So pushing the tailbone back and the glutes engage a bit. But over time, you will build up to maybe lift your head and your chest. Eventually into Sphinx, and see that's so much further than I could do this morning and yesterday. So I couldn't have done that yesterday or even this morning. This is the middle of the day right now that I'm making this. So you need to just do what's right for your body, and it's slowly, slowly, slowly over time. And that feels okay. Also, what can help is you go off to the side a bit, making like a banana shape, and that can help. If there's no pain, you can go there too, and help the disc to the bulge. The herniated disc is a new level of pain, but a slight bulge is these exercises are herniated. Sometimes you do need surgery, but most of the time your body will heal itself. Okay, and then you do that for as long as you like. It's quite good tummy time. But when you're ready, use your arms, switch on your core, and lifting up. So I really hope you feel a slight speed up in your recovery from those exercises, but don't expect miracles. Your body needs a little bit of time to heal. So make sure you take that time. And obviously, I might have done it in more quickly than you might, because all disc bulges are different and everybody's different in their body. I'm also trying to eat really healthily. I'm now off all the drugs, whereas 2 days ago I was on meloxicam, I was on Lyrica, I was on Panadol, and I was on the big guns, tapentadol, opiates. I did like the drugs actually that day. I was still in pain on all those drugs, all the big guns. Yesterday I was still pretty sore, but I didn't need the opiates anymore. I did want them, but I didn't really need them, and they block you up. And today all I've had is Panadol, and I feel unbelievable. I feel like I could walk for 3 kilometres. I've missed out on a girls' hiking weekend. It's disappointing. You might need to miss out on things to allow your body to heal. I'm planning in 6 days' time to do a 35-kilometre charity walk, which I've entered, and I've raised over $2,000, so I really want to try to do that. I might not do it though. My spine is more important than that, and I've already raised the money. But anyway, enough about me. I really hope you get better and just keep moving gently and enjoy your downtime.